Chase has to rejoin. Hey y'all, it's been a while.
What's up?
It's technical difficulties. Oh, okay, child. Not the church hat.
Yes, honey. The camera tried to get me together, but I'm the only queen on this show. Okay. Now, with that being said, thank you guys for tuning in to the Real Housewives of Potomac review. We are back. I am here with Tori B and the infamous J down to the bottom, honey, and we are in our hats because we're giving hatitude today, and each one of our hats represents an aspect of our personality. This hat represents overthetop.com grand, not necessarily church lady, auntie. It's giving grand, it's giving over the top, it's giving extra, it's giving doing the most. Tori B, what is your attitude today? What you giving?
It might be a homage to Cowboy Carter just a little bit. It might be a little bit of, I just feel like between Beyonce and Victoria Monet and how they've been, real talking they shit on they albums. I'm a fan of Dick at Night and Tyrant, so I might be feeling a little tyrant today.
Okay, well, all of that said, hopefully you don't have no Sir Davis over there because we know how you get when you be on that whiskey and on that yak. Jay, what's been going on? We haven't seen you since Summer House. How you been
I
doing?
know. I'm surprised to be invited back in the streets. I caused a little ruckus. But, with my hat, I'm chill. I'm out of the way. I'm actually even giving homage to Dr. Wendy.
What?
Just for the hat. I'm going to talk about my feelings.
Oh, the bucket hat. He right.
Bucket. Chill out the way.
That's
but I'm
what
glad to be back.
Okay. So we are live right now on YouTube, Facebook, and Twitch. So our Twitter stream is not live. Our X stream is not live. We are officially going back to the official at @NoChaser_TV X account. And so moving forward, it takes like 24 to 48 hours for it to like do everything that it needs to do. So moving forward, from next week on out, you'll be able to see us on there. And I really can't wait to get going with the Twitter community because, they love us so much. They throw so much love on us. With that being said, we got people in the room. Hey, Amanda K. Amanda K, I'm Eastern. So anytime I give you a time, it's going to be Eastern. It's not going to be anything else other than Eastern. And so we do these here at 7:05 p.m. Eastern on Monday nights, okay? Because that's what works for the collective, all right? This hat giving Bell Collective, ain't it? Speaking of collective. Hey, Sean, what's the tea? Yes, Sunday's best. Hey, Latasha Collins. Sammy, you ain't... I am tonight. I was
it's giving Beulah. That's what it's giving.
Beulah.
Not too much. With that being said, let's get right into it. Now let's just get this out in the open. There's a big cash shakeup. We had our opinions last season. We fought each other to the death, tooth and nail, about what we thought. I'm going to ask you now, and I'm going to ask you again at the beginning. But as of now, before we review the show, are we giving anybody clean slates? Which cast member out of all these cast members that have returned are you going to give a brand new slate? Go ahead and start, Tori.
Nobody. Sorry.
No.
K.
No, you don't have to. You don't have to. If you don't want to, you don't have to. You don't have
K. All right, I'll say K. I'll give K a clean slate. I forgot. She ain't do nothing. But I just don't like that she started off her season with some BS like that witch starting some mess at that trash ass fashion show. So it's not that, but I want her to, because she's full time, I don't even want to talk about that nonsense that happened because I think she's a great addition. I'm waiting to see when she will show up. But I think now I just want to give Kay a fresh start, seeing now that we know that she is a full-time cast member.
Okay, and Jay, who you gonna give a fresh start to?
I'm actually gonna give it to the professor, to Wendy. And I've been a big Wendy hater. I still do not feel like she totally fits in with the group. However, when Wendy came on season 5, I actually really liked Wendy. I feel like she kind of got sucked into Candace's negativity. So I am interested to see her this season. So I'm not saying I like her, but maybe I won't call a professor flop just yet.
Are you? Who is Mr. Ray? Is that you, Jay?
Yes, Mr. J.
Oh, Mr. J. You know I can't.
I know, Grandma. Eastern
Why would I
Star.
have to be an Eastern Star?
It's very Eastern Star. It's very like.
We won't get into it, but I'll talk to you offline. If you gonna holler later, you gonna holler. Okay. I'm gonna give everybody a clean slate. I'm gonna give everybody a clean slate. I mean, y'all know how I like to hold a grudge and read you for the old and the new. I'm gonna give everybody a clean slate. We're gonna get right into the review.
Everybody don't deserve it.
Well, I'm gonna give everybody one because I deserve it, and I can't keep carrying that baggage from season to season. Okay, Tiva.
Jesus paid it all, Tori. Jesus paid it all.
Not too much down in that bottom. All right, we open with a dramatization of Karen's car accident. Now I wanted to ask because I was watching it and I'm kind of thinking to myself, is this tasteless or is this, okay? Torby, what did you think about that dramatization and the reenactment of Karen's DUI?
They could have kept that bullshit.
Oh, okay. Jay, what did you think?
I mean, I liked it, but I think Potomac is like an unserious franchise, so it kind of fits in. Like, if they would have done that in OC, it would have looked real weird, but I feel like it felt Potomac, and Karen deserves every dragon that's coming to her.
Oh, Lord, it's gonna be a long season. If they would have did it in OC, that would have been fucked up because Shannon almost killed people allegedly. So I will, poor Archie in the back seat. Y'all make sure y'all tune into the Real Housewives of Orange County reviews. We have a good time over there as well. Now Jazelle is on her way to visit Karen and offer her support. Now she's on the phone with Ashley, who says that she she is surprised that this is happening with Karen, especially since this is her second DUI. And Karen should know better, which should be terrifying for Karen. And that whole clean slate I just said I was going to give, actually, Ashley's on the shit list. This is not even from the old shit. This one, the new one. Ashley gets on my motherfucking nerves because you can already tell when a bitch is ready to stop a mud hole in somebody's ass and kick them while they down. And if don't nobody love to kick people more than they down more than Jay, it is absolutely Ashley. And Ashley got on my nerves 5 fucking seconds flat into the show. I could not. I was like, is she fucking serious? So she says, oh, it must have been terrifying for her. And then in her interview, Ashley goes on to elaborate that this is not the Karen that she's come to know, the mother, the wife, the businesswoman. This goes against everything that she knows Karen to stand for. And I'm like, okay, girl, you like landed on too thick. Mia and everyone else in Potomac, of course, has their opinions, but Mia says you can do whatever you want to do to yourself. However, don't harm the general public. Now, Mia, I would hope that you don't want to do whatever you want to do to yourself. If it's harm, but I think I get what she was trying to say. It's one thing to be careless in regards to your own personal being, but when you get behind the wheel and you're impaired and you cannot control what's going on because of you being impaired, then you definitely need to rethink these consequences. Jay, what did you think of the opening? Ashley is already on my hit list. I can't.
I mean, look, again, I plan on dragging Karen this entire season, so I get where Ashley was coming from. I mean, it was very clear that she didn't even try to fake like she was concerned. So I was like, damn, she really got into the mess. But I thought starting with Jazelle was really cool. It just felt like a nice vibe. Jazelle felt very nice, and that's my girl, and I don't even care about people being nice, but it was a nice start. But Ashley, in the words of Dorinda Medley, ooh, she's starting.
And so am I, because I'm on a Hennessy margarita. Hold that thought for me, Torby. I know you got something you want to say. I'm going to kick it to you in a little bit. You know, us 3 of us up here today, how we get when we get together, girlfriend. Now, Jazelle and Karen are in the car headed to brunch, and Karen says that since the accident, she has had a lot of time to reflect. She can't speak in detail because there are legal matters in the case that is pending, which has not been adjudicated. However, she now more than ever knows the meaning of life. Is that sufficient enough of accountability for you from Karen Huger?
No.
So did she not know the meaning of life after her first DUI?
Here's the bigger question, and I know y'all gonna like this.
I don't know I'm gonna be able to fight this, y'all.
Did y'all what? Why didn't she have a driver right after the first one? What happened to Blue Eyes and what happened to the driver?
Cherie said she was fucking him.
Oh, that's what happened. Okay.
Can we curse now?
Yeah, we not fully monetized yet. You can cuss.
Yes,
But
fuck
keep
yes.
it within reason.
You done let the beast out the cat.
I'm sorry, y'all know I've been playing nice.
Now when we get to that 1,000, all the cussing's up, but the jig is up. Ain't no more cussing. When we get to that 1,000, it's gonna be a wrap. Jay, was that sufficient enough?
No,
Not
at all. This whole scene was it was so disappointing. Like, and I don't even care about the whole like, oh, I can't speak on it because it's illegal thing. No, like, there's no justice system that's gonna prevail here. Girl, you drove your car into a tree, so what's there not to talk about? So no, it wasn't enough for me. And she looked like she was medicated during that scene.
Man,
she broke ribs, so maybe she was.
Maybe she was under and her foot, her ankle. Y'all know I know all about an ankle injury. Okay, my ankle is still healing, child, so I get it.
She's always on something, taking something for an ulcer. She can't do this. She's on this medication. Maybe Grand Dame is really the Grand pill popper as well.
She's in her 60s.
That's so gross. Y'all know I love Karen, but Karen, all I need you to do is just say it like it is for once and just lay it out and get these people off our back, because I am not going to be able to fight all season these people off of you, Karen. I just need you to give these people what they damn want. You know, give them what they want.
Let me add it.
What is it that y'all want her to say? What is accountability in this situation?
But here's the thing. When she went on Watch What Happens Live, she kind of doubled down.
Yes.
And that is where I have an issue. And I love her. She's a Taurus like me. But, girl.
You know y'all don't like to admit when y'all wrong.
But that's true. That's absolutely true. I'm going to own that.
Scorpios as well.
Right.
No.
All right. We get
because I admit when I'm wrong.
Oh, well.
It just so happens I'm really wrong. But go ahead.
Well, I literally said that yesterday. Okay, never mind.
So she went on Watch What Happens Live yesterday, and she was like, well, do we say anything when Ashley's throwing back Coronas? Now, we all know I do not like Ashley, but Karen, we've watched her throw back Coronas, but she's never caught a DUI. She has never caught one. So stop comparing your situation to hers. This is the second time. The first time, fine, we gave you grace. But the second time, Miss Ma'am, no, you got to say, all right, I was stressed. I was depressed. I did too much. I should have known better. I mean, the fact is the car was not registered or she didn't have a license. It's just so much going on. It's not just a DUI. It just isn't. What are you doing, sis?
I don't know what's going on, but Karen's in the hot boy phase of her life right now. I mean, you know, she was driving dirty. I just want the best for my Karen, but Karen, you're gonna have to give us a little something better than this. Jazelle says that she was shook when she found out about the incident. She knows Karen doesn't do stupid stuff. So when she saw the charges, it was uncharacteristic of the Karen that she knows. It's interesting that Ashley and Jazelle are painting this picture that this is not in Karen's character. When I will say over the seasons and over the years, most especially two ladies who are no longer on the show, Charisse and Robin, have
accused her of being a drunk.
I just couldn't get it out because I was laughing that they're no longer on the show. But they have accused her on various seasons of being the town drunk and all this and that. So do they know Karen? Who knows Karen? Who's the real Karen? Is it the Karen that Charisse and Robin know? Or is it the Karen that Ashley and Jazelle know? Because the stories, especially with those four being such a tight unit, are a bit conflicting for me. However, Jazelle says, Giselle, tries to ask what happens, and Karen tells Giselle to stop because it's a legal matter and she cannot get into it. What she will say is that Ray and her have been going through it. They've been having marital issues. She says that she's still grieving the loss of her parents, and that heavily contributed to her drinking. And as someone in our group chat said, not nary a mention of alcohol. And I think for that person to say that, that kind of is what was missing for me. So thank you. She did not contribute it to the alcohol, and it could be all of the above. She was grieving her parents. Grief is something that you never, especially parents. That's going to be something. It's going to be hard to get past, no matter how old you are, no matter how long it's been. You still think of your parents. You know what I mean? That plus the alcohol. And then her and Ray, not working out right now. I think that that's a recipe for what possibly could have happened. What did you think about the rest of that event, Tori B? Well, not event, but the rest of the brunch.
Um,
Well, before you give me that, let me just say this. The waiter then brings out complimentary donuts and informs Jazelle that Karen has never, ever, 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 ever had a drink at that establishment. They're going to go ahead and plan a birthday party for Karen, and Karen is hoping that Giselle's tacky ass won't sit in her seat once again. And this the flashback from season 1. If you've been a day one Potomac watch it like me, I got a little like, oh, they've come so far. So what did you think about the rest of the brunch, Torby?
I will say at least Jizzy seemed a little authentic. I'll give her credit for that. But maybe because your little sidekick is not here, you can't throw jabs. I will say the other thing is, Karen, you are giving credit to what was being said over all these years about you being an alcoholic drunk. Why would you put yourself in that position? Why wouldn't you call an Uber? Like you giving Sharice what she wants. See, I told y'all she was a drunk. Look, this is the second time. Like, come on. For me, I just can't do that. But this scene, at least I'll give Jazelle the credit and say she could have took it to a whole nother level. She didn't. Thank God. We're glad that Karen is okay, but in this scene, Karen took no accountability for drinking too much. I understand grief is a thing, but if grief is really hurting you and there's a lot going on, you can sit your ass on the other side of the house where Ray is not and drink till you pass out. Being out and drinking and driving at this point and you're over the age of 60, not a good look, mamas. Catching a DWI and a DUI at this age, it's not. I'm sorry, it's a no for me.
Before I let you get in on this, Shay, right before they left, they did talk about Mia and her boyfriend, DJ Applebox, aka Eep. They agree that Mia does look happy, but they both also agree that it's been so fast. And according to Giselle, it's been a revolving door full of men. Um, they say that the way that she moved on from one man to another, um, that they are concerned for her children. Did you have anything that you want to say about the remaining of that brunch meetup, as well as before we get into the Mia and Ink or the Mia and G scene, or do you want to hold off until after the Mia and G scene?
All I gotta say is the elder stateswoman is back on her bullshit. That brunch was just a hot mess. Because let's all not forget when she was drunk as a fucking skunk down at the lake house, season 5. Sister needs rehab, and that's fine. Like, it's a lot of people out here that probably need rehab, but she needs to be first in line.
So you're saying that she shouldn't have a drink at all?
I mean, no, but hey, if you're gonna be an alcoholic, stand in it. I'd rather be like, look, I'm a bitch that likes to be drunk. So the fuck what? Like, whatever. But acknowledge, let's not act like, hey, I only had a glass of view. Like, bitch, no, you be knocking that shit back. Next. So glad I can cuss. Jeez, I can be me.
You can always be you, darling. Now, Mia and Gordon are with the kids, and Gordon has moved into Mia's building. Mia says that she gave all she could for her marriage, and Gordon said, no, you didn't, because you didn't take that final step, which was separation. You just went to another man. Oh, one thing about Gordon, he gonna chop me up on that camera, ain't know. Mia denies that she went to another man, and Gordon says that he regrets being mean to Mia, and Mia does thank him for that regret. Now, Gordon does not want Mia to allow Jeremiah to get his haircut by another man, specifically his daddy. I meant to say, allegedly his daddy, Ink. Um, I guess that is a bonding thing between you and your child. Getting their haircut and stuff like that. Now, Ink is coming into town this weekend, and the only thing that Ink wants, other than peace, is a paternity test. Gordon flat out refuses to do so because Gordon knows within his heart of hearts that Jeremiah is his child. She said it's your child. Oh, Lord Jesus. It's some ghetto ass shit. I just had to say, I don't even use the word ghetto because I hate when people use the word ghetto. I hate it for various reasons. But this is some not Potomac stuff going on right here. However, it is enthralling nonetheless because not only does he not want to get the paternity test, he wants Ink to lay off of the questioning about the paternity of Jeremiah. Mia says that Jeremiah may watch this footage one day and will want to know who his father truly is. And Ink has a right to know as well. And I'm thinking, in the words of Nene Leaks, bitch, you don't know when you got knocked up? It's chicks in the hood that know when they got knocked up. And Phaedra Parks, you don't know when you got knocked. What's going on? This whole thing is out of nowhere, out of left field. And I normally do not speculate on things like this, but Gordon was kind of giving me like he kind of scared to find out that Jeremiah now he is. Tori B, what did you think of that? Because that's what I got out of it.
As
We're
a
gonna take the DNA. That's my baby. Let's take this DNA.
as a reminder, last season when this came out at the reunion, Mia says she had IUI, which means
Yes.
she was fertilized with his semen. I mean, with Gordon's semen. The problem was she still has sex with Ink after the IUI. So that is why she doesn't know. But here's my thing. If you doing a procedure like that, why would you go sleep with your side piece? Mia don't make no goddamn sense. And I've never been a Mia fan. And I'm going to be very honest with you. This throuple between the three of them is disgusting. But you know what? I don't feel bad for Gordon. I'm gonna tell you why. Because he cheated on his wife with Mia, and they was doing, things, had open relations, and so, you get what you pay for. Since you met her in the club, you got what you paid for, and now she is doing her. And this is just very sad and unfortunate that kids are wrapped up in this.
I think it's actually really tacky that it's going so far. They continue to mention the child's name. They brought the child on camera. I don't like nothing about this part. I think that if you're going to, question the paternity, don't have the child on camera. Like, it's a lot of things you can do. I didn't like it when Drew was doing that back and forth with that Miss Daddy stuff back then. I don't like it when the children are involved in the storyline. I don't like it. Jay, what did you think?
Welcome back, Mia. Her life is so messy and ghetto. But it's funny because Mia is so shameless. Like, I've never seen a woman this shameless. She will say,
have you seen those Bravo checks?
I mean, yes, but I love how Mia, I just love her commitment to chaos. Like, you are throwing this poor child, and God bless a child who's got his own, but may not know who his own daddy is. But you have got this child out here, his business in the streets. And Mia she's like, well, all right, I saw cameras, let's film. It's ghetto. It's so ghetto, but I'm so intrigued. Like, blowing up your life for this ugly little gnome. Like, oh, Mia. She's one of my favorites. I'm sorry, because I love a chaotic ass woman.
Ink must got a ding-a-ling of gold. That's what I'm starting to think.
Oh, they do. They're short and
They short and crazy like that. Yeah, absolutely. Whew. Ashley
if
is
I wasn't a
meeting with,
virgin.
huh?
Oh, sorry. I said if I wasn't a virgin. That's why here in the streets.
If who wasn't a virgin, you?
Yes.
It's your lie to tell, Diva. Now
Well,
Ashley is meeting with a lawyer to move forward with her divorce, and I just was like, wait, what?
Child, I
How
don't
many
even
years
watch
has it
her.
been?
I don't watch her. I don't watch her. I don't even care.
You have to watch her, Diva. You on the
I
payment.
know, but
You have to.
that I don't listen to that heifer. She was just saying she rubbed Michael's feet every night on the reunion.
Ashley's chaos isn't cute. Like, I mean, Michael being her chaos was cute, but it's like her on her own. It's just, I don't care about her. I don't care about her mama. I don't care about Uncle Knuckles or whatever his name is. I don't care about them children. I'm not gonna speak bad on children, but
You know what? She is definitely missing. Do you know what's been missing from her? Michael?
Yeah.
I kind of need a little bit of Michael in this. Michael refuses to film. I wonder if he's going to film now that Candace is gone.
No, I think he
That's not
wants
the whole thing.
Ashley
Was he didn't
broke.
want to be involved with Candace, right?
He don't know. He didn't want to be on camera at all anymore. I think after that, he was on camera even after they said he grabbed the booties, right? Yeah, he was.
Yeah. So you grabbing booties allegedly.
Maybe he should not be on camera because he's too tempted to grab butts again.
I think it's because Ashley don't got a pot to piss in on her own, and he's probably tired of her desperation now that she's not his wife anymore. Like, we know Ashley is literally
They still married. They ain't divorced.
3 steps away from a homeless shelter. Once she said at season 7 reunion that she didn't get jack out of this marriage, and it's not like Ashley has any viable businesses. Sister is 1 step away from being down at the public assistance office.
You forgot your friend and her went into business.
That's not a viable business. I love Jazelle, but she's making money elsewhere. Ain't nobody buying no damn G&A, especially not from Ashley. But I will say,
I wouldn't buy it because Jazelle name on it. I wouldn't even think about Ashley.
I mean, but
neither, but
Ashley is like she's like a low-level version of Whitney Rose in terms of dressing. And Whitney Rose is a low level of Lisa Hochstein. They're all very chaotic and gaudy and flashy.
I hate Lisa Hochstein. Please don't mention her.
But they all dress the same. It's like the same. They share the same rainbow gift card.
Wendy is finally resigning from her position as a professor. So this is a pickup from her season 5 storyline in season 9. And Wendy sends in, I'm saying that, what's going on here? But good for Wendy, honestly. Wendy sends in her resignation letter effective end of the month. Now, all she has to do is tell her mother and hope and pray that her mother does not send her to a shrine. Is that really a thing? Like, well, I mean, I don't know about Nigerian mothers, but I know about my black mama. And if I was to resign, regardless of whether I was coined, not coined, another job lined up, no job lined up, what you mean you resign? What you mean? I quit. So I can understand how she is afraid to tell her mom, because honestly, I would be afraid to tell mine too a little bit. So I don't know. We're gonna move forward. Ain't nothing to talk about on that one. Is it?
She got paid for her mother's skin bleaching cream, so
Karen is at her longtime friend Vivian's boutique, and Vivian, as you've seen over the years, has been popping up on camera for years, trying to get on these damn people's show.
With them same horrible stiff wigs. She looked crazy. She looked crazy as hell. Crazy as hell. Vivian is so corny to me. I'm sure she's very nice.
That damn Mad Hatter event, the Hattitude event, and they was like, "Nah, get Kiana ass back up in here," because that's what I think happened.
They were testing her.
That was what happened, and then the groundswell of support for Kiana as well.
We gonna get there.
Them is some beauty supply.
We'll get there, but I really think just looking at that table, that was the cast that they were going with, and Kiana was out. We raised hell about Kiana, and that's how you. Can I tell you? That's how you do it. Them people had her down on her luck, back against the wind. trying to make it no way to win. And she comes back in, they give her a little tawdry, friend of contract, and now they hiding her in the bushes and I gave her a flute. I know that's right. But we need to fix that because on the look at this. I actually am really pissed off, and I know it's so minute, but I don't play about people I fuck with, right? Look how they got her all the way back there behind them bushes.
I hate this theme in general. Like, I did not like this. But no, she deserved better. But I hated this whole setup.
And then not only did they got her all the way back there behind them bushes, right? Then when you look at the intro, they got the Bravo sign all on top of her, so you can't even see her. This is weird. I don't know. They need to fix it. Anywho, they're at Vivian's boutique. We also meet new housewife Stacey Rush. Is it Rush or Roosh?
Rush, I think.
We meet Stacey. Stacey is a former news anchor as well as host down to the Home Shopping Network. And she is back in Potomac.
QVC.
Whatever.
Same thing.
Excuse me, look speaking about what shops. Anyway, they discuss the invitation sent to them by the king and queen of corny and tacky, Cal and Jazelle. It's good to see that Cal and Jazelle are still friends, but what the anyway, not even worth it. Stacey is trying on dresses. When Karen asks Vivian, where is Stacey's rock? And so they're talking about it. And I don't know if it was just me who felt like it, but Stacey kind of crept up like, what y'all talking about? Who y'all? Me?
Mm-hmm. She
What's
heard
tea?
Mm-hmm.
What's tea?
Mm-hmm.
So Karen has no choice but to say what she was saying about Stacey behind her back to her face, and Stacey does let it be known that her relationship and marriage, after a combination of 16 years, she is actually in the process of separating from her husband, and that is why she moved back to the Potomac area to be back home and rebuild her life. As they continue to talk, Stacey and Vivian have their champagne glasses and are drinking champagne. And then Stacy says, "Oh, my bad, girl. I forgot. Did we forget? Should we have asked you? Was it okay?" And Karen wanted to rip that lady from limb to. Did you see how Karen looked at her?
Yes.
Karen did not live. She was not pleased. And I actually think, you know, how some people say things that is not intended to be said. I think Stacy. I think that was a receipt for her questioning Stacy
Yep.
about her marriage
Oh,
on
yeah.
camera.
It sure was. It was a get back. You damn right it was.
So I'm like, oh, okay. I see what kind of girl Stacy is. A very smart
But
one.
I like it
I like it
because
too. It was Potomac.
it's not just that. I feel like this was her intro and she took that moment and ran with it, child. I really feel like, okay, you introduced me, but don't think I owe you shit, bitch. And I'm gonna come back for you the way you came for me.
Unlike Vivian, who was standing there looking delayed and dumb. Like, girl,
Well,
you
maybe
failed this
don't say
thing.
dumb, friend. Now maybe she did say something that just cut it
Okay,
off.
delayed and dense. Because when Stacey walked back out, she was like, you want to talk about this? Girl, if you don't act like you're going to be messy, like, clearly they testing and you just sitting there, Karen, you want to tell her? Like, Vivian is such a loser. I'm sorry. I've never liked her since I've seen her on the show before. Maybe some wigs, but she a flop. But Stacey knew what she was doing. I like Stacey. Stacey seems like she got 3 marbles up in her head and they all running at 80 miles an hour. I feel like she is going to
revisit that later when we go to the other one because
something is off about her, and I feel like I'm going to stand. And she's gorgeous. I love a pretty crazy bitch. I love it.
Yeah.
Well, Karen says that she's on her meds, and when she's off of them, she's gonna start back drinking. So stick that and get drinking, heifer. Now it's time for Jazelle.
She needs to call an Uber if she going back on liquor.
I think that production probably gonna drop her off and stuff like that. Pick her up and drop her off to events, unless they really mess and just want some more chaos to ensue. It's time for Jazelle's event. Ashley arrives, and she's with Jazelle, and they're talking. She brought Karen a bounce back basket complete with water, Uber gift cards, just a whole bunch of bullshit.
Let it out.
Listen, Quad did it to Toy. You can't be mad at it.
I didn't like it when Quad did it.
Not too much
But
of the
even
part
then,
trio.
Quad liked Toy at the time, right? We know that no matter what happens between Karen and Ashley, if anything is going to be a truce, it's not going to be a friendship, right? Too much water is under that bridge. And so what I don't like is Ashley doing it out of a abundance of concern for Karen when actually you're just being shady. And you ought to be glad that your ass is back because you were the one posting, well, I don't know if I'm going to be back next year, but this is the last ride. I just want to thank everybody. Like, yeah, you. She is so annoying. I'm gonna wait because it's this not even worth it. I do know for a fact that that Ashley and Kiana are gonna have some fights about what happened at that event last season, and that's when I'm gonna let Ashley ass have it. Um, now Jazelle mentioned she invited Wendy, and she is in a peaceful state and wanting to seek peace in her life after her father had unexpectedly passed. And now she knows truly how short life can be. These days, she has more empathy and compassion than ever. We also meet Jazzy, who was gorgeous, honey. I was like,
Hold
this
on,
girl
can
is
I chime in
beautiful,
on
honey.
that Giselle piece right there?
Huh?
No, hater.
No, let me get
What
this out of the
Giselle
way, and then
said.
y'all can before
Okay.
you think you want to. You know what? Because I see how we finna do this today, right? Go ahead. You do it.
Giselle is a motherfucking lie.
No, come on back. Come on
Oh
back.
no,
Come on
what
back.
I mean is Giselle, number one, you don't act like your father don't use your father's passing to make this excuse.
Why
You're
Karen
lying.
does it?
You're lying. The producers made you, okay, made you after Robin's exit make up with Wendy. Let's be very clear about that. I didn't like the fact that she used her father's passing as a way to say, oh my God, I know how short life can be. And so I reached out. If Robin was still there, she would not be trying to reach out to her. Let's be very clear about that. Thank you.
Hold on, you guys. Give me one
No,
second.
my girl can
Wait.
find
Hold on, wait.
peace.
Hold on, wait, friend. Demisio, get your ass from out of that comment and get back here and get the word. Okay, go ahead.
My girl, why can't she just be like enlightened? Everybody else is on a healing journey. Why can't she be on one? I love this softer side of my girl. Y'all can't say nothing wrong about her. She could shoot dogs in the middle of the street, and I'd be like, well, them dogs did something to her. That's my girl. I don't
Well, maybe
condone
the
shooting
alcohol in that
animals.
car that road did something to Karen. How about that?
Whatever.
Uh-huh.
It took for Robin to leave for her to have a softer side.
She's always been soft. Y'all just don't
Lies.
appreciate it. Y'all don't
Lies.
appreciate it. Because y'all
Lies.
some bleeding hearts. I'm like Giselle. We're soft in our own way.
I will tell you this. Giselle has not bothered me so much. I see through what she's doing. It's always a level of shade to it. But she's not bothering me. I gave everybody a clean slate. The only person that is really getting on my nerves is Ashley with this bullshit. And like Ashley, it's just not even entertaining. It's not even like even though Giselle is transparent and you can see through what she's doing, and the same with Ashley. I don't know, Giselle, this isn't bothering me right now as much as Ashley is. So we meet Jazzy, who was introduced by Mia. So you said that I thought that Jazzy was a pretty girl. So in my opinion, I thought.
She is
Um,
pretty.
okay, she's formerly a flight attendant who is now dating boyfriend Darius Harris of the Kansas City Chiefs, which is interesting because it has been leaked via the press that Bravo is currently filming or gathering a group of ladies together who date Kansas City Chiefs players in that particular area. And so I'm wondering now if the reason why Jasmine was not made a full-time housewife is because maybe they'll send her back now that she has the brand familiarity and put her back over there. Does that make sense?
Anybody
Yes.
know this woman?
Well, I'm
No,
talking
but
about she's going to get the brand familiarity off of this season.
We'll see. She's a cute girl. She seems
no,
nice.
but I was hoping she was gonna be auditioning for Ashley's spot.
I
So
think they
she had a
were.
flute. Yeah, she had a flute.
I
Which is
think
also
Kiara
kind of
got it.
weird how she was introduced because it was like you can tell that they were like setting her up. So I'm also just wondering how Kay gets weaved into this, because I want to say that like her presence wasn't missed, and I like Kay. I want her to be brought
I
in.
missed her.
I mean, I didn't realize she was there. That's a problem.
No,
Vivian was in her seat.
something is missing. Something is missing. I'm gonna
The
be
young fun one, and that's Kiana.
no. I know that, but what I'm saying is that this episode was a bore up until they got to Cameron's birthday thing. So
I wasn't bored.
I
But that's
was.
just me. I wasn't.
I'll tell you who I'm glad to see back, and I know we about to get into her. I'm glad to see Jacqueline back, because Jacqueline clocked into work. I feel like 'cause she's also chaotic as hell. If anyone's auditioning for Ashley's flute, is Jacqueline.
Well, unfortunately, well, I don't think you need a bank account to be a Potomac housewife. So never mind. I was gonna say the bank account and all that stuff, but I think you do have to have your own deodorant. Remember, she said she had on deodorant. She was in Miami.
I think that's disgusting.
I mean, it's Mia and Jacqueline. Like we should.
Yeah, they take showers together. It's very awkward.
Not if you like that kind of thing. La. Now Mia tells everyone, excuse me, yes, Mia is there at the table. She tells everyone that Jacqueline told her that Karen called her and she was drunk. Um, and Jacqueline said it did not sound like a normal Karen conversation. Karen has been on Watch What Happens Live, and Karen says that if she was, she would have called Jazelle, and most certainly not a friend of. Ah! Karen arrives with Vivian and Stacy. Stacy and Wendy say they know each other from being on the same board. I really want to see them fight. That's what I wrote. I want to see them fight. There are signature drinks, one being the Grand Dame, which is a non-alcoholic drink. And when that was announced, was it me or did everybody turn around and look at Karen to see what she was going to order to drink?
Yeah, that was a little shady too.
It was very shady. And Karen said, I had an iced tea. Everybody can eat my ass. Yeah. I love it. Now, the Grand Dame, and Jazelle says that it's inspired by Karen's persona. She wants people to believe that she is this grand, holier than thou, but she's not. Karen says that it has not even been 5 minutes since they've sat down at the event, and we are getting messy, Jizzy. So we go ahead and give the hats out. Karen gets the hat for Hollywood, and Jacqueline says that she is happy. That's what Jacqueline said. She's happy that Karen is okay and that no family was hurt and no children were killed.
That was the like, why would you say that?
And you're not gonna get a champagne flute. What the fuck was that?
She tried.
That's what happened when you try to be messy. You don't have the range. Cause I'd have been like, girl, what?
But that's why I like Jacqueline, because she's always grasping at straws to try to like make a moment, and it's like it's hilarious.
She's also a liar, just like Mia though.
I love a delusional liar.
Well, did she lie on Mia? Since you know everything about Mia, Tori, was she lying on Mia at that reunion?
No, she called out Mia on her lies. Oh, Gordon didn't give me money for this car. We made that up. We forgot. Okay.
I did.
Oh, well, she called it out.
Nothing about Mia.
She called it out and said, yes, they fabricated a storyline. Okay. So, yeah, she's a liar.
So after Jacqueline's failed attempt to be messy, she then says that no one should judge because no one was there. And she says no one should judge at least until we get the facts. And I'm like, shut up. Karen wants, I got to say this. Y'all, I don't care if you like Karen or not. That was some G-ass shit Karen said. Karen said, listen, I just want everybody, I want to know right now. Because I hear y'all talking this shit. I want to know right now which one of you ladies is for me and which one of you guys are not a real friend. Because the opportunity is now for you ladies to swing whichever way you want to swing. And I want to know which one of you bitches is my friend. Because if not, I certainly don't need any fake bitches around me. And she called it out. And what did everybody do?
Mute.
Nothing. 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 So you the big dog. You come in here, you say, well, actually, bitch, let's talk about it. So what you doing slipping and sliding, almost killing children allegedly, like Jacqueline said? What's up with that? I don't get down with that. Why didn't nobody do that, Jay?
Because None of them will hold her to task. This is where Robin was missed. She would have been the only person. Her, Sharice would have had her up against the wall.
Together. But Robin wouldn't have got her together.
Robin would have pressed her. She was the only person besides
she
Sharice.
would have just pressed her, but she wouldn't have gathered her.
She would press her.
Yeah,
and none of these women did that, and it's very annoying.
She could have pressed her, but she wasn't gonna be able to fold her up and put her in the closet. Okay, catch that there. She didn't have a range for that. You know, I know you know your sister, but you know she didn't have a range.
I said she did. I said she would press her.
Well, I mean, I just have never in my life seen somebody lay it out. And it's interesting, and I'm so glad that someone actually has done this on reality TV instead of just waiting for it to happen. She called it out. That was Ashley's time to be Ashley. Ashley, if you're going to step in it, step in it. What you going to do?
That's who should have opened her mouth, because she has so much. Well, actually, a couple of them. It was Mia, Jacqueline, and Ashley, really. That was the time for you to speak up. Talk about them Uber cards. Talk about the water you gave her. You should have said something then. And that's why I don't respect Ashley either, because she's always messy, carrying bones, and then hides her hands like she ain't do nothing. Stop it, because this is the reason why you shouldn't be on another season. But yeah,
she don't have the balls. She doesn't, like, she always just
used to.
I mean, but she was also like piggybacking off of Candace's reads towards Karen. Like, she never stepped up herself. Somebody else had to say something to Karen for her to get some balls to chime in.
Maybe Ashley got scared after Robin got in her face in her own restaurant.
I forgot all about Robin in the first episode.
Listen, when Katie punked her in the Caymans, that shit was hilarious.
Yeah, that was too. Like, yeah, she could get punked so yeah, she'll just
but the thing about Ashley was her resiliency factor. Because no matter how much you punked Ashley, she was gonna act like it never happened and keep pressing you. And you know, we kind of need that Ashley to clock back in. Season 2, 3, and 4, Ashley, we need you to wake it up, Diva. Ashley had them children and then got soft. But season 2, 3, and 4, Ashley, remember, yes, Robin did put her fingers in her face. And what she said, well, I don't care, you're not gonna do it. And you're not gonna, and I'm still gonna talk. Season 3, she was, really coming for Karen. Season 3, we're gonna need Messy Ashley to really clock in and do her job if that's what she's gonna be, and do it, because that was the perfect opportunity for her to walk into the mess, and she sidestepped it because she's scary now. Ashley then in her interview, instead of at that table, says that it's the same old song and dance with Karen. She's gonna blame everything else and not give them straight answers. And because it's a legal matter, she's kind of gonna let it go.
Fuck
Karen. A legal matter. Ashley used to care nothing about no legal matter. I think when Ashley started the show, she was like 26, right?
Mm-hmm.
That's why.
She ain't bold.
I think that's just a part of getting older, Jay.
She matured.
Ashley just flopped in the scene. Like, she really was like background noise, and I felt like she should have done more. I'm just waiting for her to like really feud with someone. Ashley at my favorite, like at her best for me, is when she has a pointless feud with someone. So I need her to wake up.
Well, more Ashley to come, because she gets a cowboy hat because she took them on the worst domestic trip in Real Housewives of Potomac history, and she had on the worst outfits in Real Housewives of Potomac history since Jazelle. Ashley and Jazelle have fused GNA, and now it's called GNA Fusion. And just most shit people not for the back. And Jazelle gives Mia a pimp hat because she's pimping 2 men. Jazelle asks if Mia has shared ink with Jacqueline. Ooh.
Yeah, they did say that.
Ooh.
Stacey looked so confused when that happened.
Yes.
She was clutching her pearls. She was like, well, not.
That's what I came back to. I was like, yeah, her facial expressions at that table was, she's like, what did I get myself into? Like, it was funny as hell. Like, oh my God.
Her head was on a swivel.
Yeah, she's very etiquette Potomac season,
Yeah.
This raunchy Potomac that Mia done turned it into, I just don't know. She know what the hell going on. Mia says that Gordon is leaving. I don't know what something about Ika Mia. One time, Gordon had left his laundry and Ink and Mia did it and folded it up and put it away from him. Everybody is confused, and I'm a little bit confused because this is not the story that I just heard 10 minutes ago earlier in the episode. I'm like, so was I the only one that had a disconnect? Like, y'all folded his laundry, but don't take him to get a haircut and don't get a paternity test? Like, can that exist in the same world? Is this more of Mia's universe when nothing makes sense?
Nothing.
The latter.
Yeah, nothing.
I'm like, what? And it probably is coexisting all in the same universe.
You missed one thing though.
Did I? What I miss?
Wendy talking shit about GNA.
I ain't missed that. We can't talk about everything, but I
but
mean,
I
she
like
said
the fact that they pulled up the producers pulled up the receipts and said we ain't get nothing that was in that fashion show on the website. And
thank
somebody
God.
said the GNA website only has 4 items since last season. They
Jay,
have
do you have any GNA?
Fuck no.
Well, no, Diva. Um, Jacqueline says Ink is good for Mia, and that Gordon was more of a business partnership. Mia was married for 11 years, and everybody's like, well, damn, that was a long business. And Jazelle says, excuse me, Karen isn't buying it because Mia gave birth. And I was thinking to myself, maybe that was part of the business relationship. I don't know. Karen says that she cares for G and her children, so she wasn't happy to see Mia's children plastered all over social media, most especially the kids telling G that they saw their mother in the bed with Ink. Um, Mia says that was all G's doing and she had nothing to do with that. Karen is still concerned at that happening. Jazelle then says Mia didn't protect her children. If she wouldn't have mixed Ink and Gordon together, this wouldn't have happened. Mia says that she actually did not mix Ink and Gordon together and that she was going through a separation, and that's how that worked. Now, if Tori B stated, lady, put it in the IUI and it was full of Gordon sperm, but then she don't know whether the baby is Gordon's Ink's, because Ink also had sperm in her. I would think that would be mixing. Is that right or is that wrong?
Yes, she's Mia's a wit.
Hold on, let me finish. Now, mm, 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 mm. She says that no one knows what she was truly going through with G other than Jacqueline. Mia asked, does she have to stay in an abusive marriage in order to prove her loyalty? And everyone says no. Wendy actually comes to the defense of Mia and says that she thinks that Jazelle and Karen are both being too harsh by saying that when Mia did not protect her children. And Mia is crying and yells that her kids are happy, they're getting good grades, they're well adjusted, they're involved in sports. Her kids are fucking protected. Um, and for Karen and Jazelle to say that they weren't is messed up. Mia then excuses herself from the table and goes kicking and screaming in the bathroom, which we'll pick it up next week. Tori B, what did you think about the Mia and is she protecting her kids? Was Karen and Jazelle out of line, or do you think Mia was protecting her child by trying to protect her check? Because obviously G don't have one allegedly.
Sorry about the background. This is New York.
I did see you. Where you? You don't. I thought you stayed in Harlem. You stay in Brooklyn.
Manhattan. Harlem is in Manhattan.
Well, you must stay. You stay in the Bronx.
No, I don't stay. You know what? Bye, Messy.
You stay in do that bed style.
No.
Boogie down Bronx.
So what I'm going to say about this situation is I do not agree that Jazelle and Karen should have tag team on her and that was the right place to have that conversation. Okay?
Yes.
I do believe that what they said was true, though. They did not lie. Okay? The fact is, Mia exploited her son for financial gain. Okay? That is not only messed up, it's narcissistic, selfish, and they are absolutely right that she did not protect him. Kids go on the internet, they could see this, he could see this, and you just putting all your business out there. I would have preferred for y'all to keep this in your house and figure it out once the paternity came back. We didn't need to see this play out. And I think you should protect children. And this is for the mother to be doing this. But then again, me as a liar and a delusional heifer, been this way.
Oh my God.
I said heifer. That was a nice way of putting it.
Okay.
All right.
Mia's moral compass is in the dumpster. I mean, this is the same woman
None.
who paraded her mother out on TV. It's like, hey, here's my absent drug addict mother. And then, oh, here's my son who doesn't know who his father is. Next season, she's gonna be talking about her daughter beating up girls at school and she don't know if she got anger problems. Like
but let me ask you this.
Love it.
You know, a lot of times when people go to these are willing to go to these lengths on reality television, people say, oh, they gave everything, they gave it all to us. So what is the difference in Mia putting it all out on Front Street and giving for the show, for the sake of the show and to make a great show and to do all those things that other people are applauded for, and why everybody's calling Mia ghetto trashy and all of these things?
It's a huge difference. She has no integrity. She'll do anything. I mean, well, she was an entertainer, a dancer, a stripper, whatever she want to call it. She's absolutely put her whole life on screen, but don't sit here and claim to protect your children when you are putting the fact that you did a procedure and still slept with the next man and you don't know who the father of your child is. There's levels to it. This is an extreme. And it seems like she's willing to do anything and everything to keep the little notoriety that she has. If you remember,
is it notoriety or is it to keep food on her table?
It's both.
It's both. I'm not disagreeing with you. It's both. But her telling this story and making this a storyline got her sent a flute. Right? I mean, she in the middle of that picture. She the main woman.
Y'all got to look at it from the fun aspect. Like, this is a woman who has no shame about, she's just out here trying to hit another lick and get some dick. And I love that because she reminds us all the time, this is what I'm here for. She does not, but I'm sorry, Mia is so entertaining because at her core, her moral compass is in the gutter, but she's entertaining.
But don't throw your kid under the bus for your poor decision.
I mean, yes, if I'm thinking rational, like, yeah, that's the obvious answer. But in Bravo world, like, she is literally a gift from God because I've never seen someone so deranged.
All right, you guys, we got a caller. We're gonna let them up. Hey, Mel.
Hey, how you doing?
How are you?
Hey.
I'm good. I'm glad y'all doing the review because I was looking for this. You know what? For me, I'm a little like conflicted because I didn't want to watch this season of Potomac because Candace wasn't there. I mean, that was the reason I came on YouTube initially, just because I love Candace so much. So when she was gone, I was devastated. I was like, damn, I'm not sure if I can watch it. But I saw the interviews this week with Wendy and all of them. And then I just was interested to see the first episode. And it was okay. It was definitely okay. But I think that what y'all was saying just about Mia was interesting because, you know, in all the franchises of Housewives, these ladies are all moms, all from OC to Atlanta, all of them. And they all have had, you know, really some controversial situations. Some of them went to jail. You know, they have gone through stuff. And sometimes if the kids are very young, sometimes the mother, you know, if she is protecting her children, I don't know if she was trying to or whatever, she would tell the producers, listen, this season, I'm gonna really show my boyfriend a lot. I'm gonna show my boyfriend. I'm gonna do some, you know, some sex parties. I'm gonna do a lot of outrageous stuff, but we're not gonna film my children at all. Children are off limits. And maybe she didn't have enough, integrity in herself to really put it out there to say, listen, either you're gonna take it, either I can be the wild Mia out here stripping and doing God knows what I need to do just to entertain the audience, or I have to leave the show. Because that could have been the thing. Because I was a little disgusted to see the children's faces. I thought that the children's faces would have been blurred, or it wouldn't have been, you know, there. So that definitely was something that, that was a shocking moment. What's her name? I was gonna say, where everybody go now? Is this my show now?
It's all about you right now, Mel.
Really? Oh Lord!
It's not your show, though. Don't get it twisted. Continue, Diva.
Okay. Well, where you at? Where you at?
We're here, Diva. Go ahead. Come on, Mel. Give it to us.
Oh Lord, by myself? Okay.
No, Mel. We just trying out camera angles. Mel, give us the comment.
Well, I was throwing off, honey. I'm glad you're back.
See, look. Look. We trying out camera angles, Mel. So if he was talking, I would do it just like that. You see?
Okay.
We just upgrading the presentation down to the
I'm
No
not.
Chase
Well,
TV.
Jason, I'm not hurt. I just was confused. That's all.
Go ahead, Bill.
Okay. So where was I? Okay, Mia was one. Now, when it comes to Ashley, I don't know why she was there. Really, I think that it's really funny to me that she wants people to give up all their information, and yet we are still not getting answers on why her forehead gets bigger every season. So that's something that I want to know. That's definitely a confusion to me. Also, I have never believed one tear that she's ever given on that show, one cry, one anything that Ashley's ever given. So she, to me, does not get the full story. I still don't know what the agreement was she had with Michael. So when she wants to go up here and say that people need to be totally transparent and talk about legal situations, I think that she's just like white. She's just like this irritating noise in the background. She definitely was useless. But I do think what I heard is that if the mid-season trailer is supposed to be featuring her big time, then maybe that's why right now she's being very quiet. Because they said it's going to be something very explosive coming mid-season. So maybe that's why she is there. Because the first episode, it was terrible. She had nothing there. I couldn't. It was crazy. I think most of her scenes was with Robin in the past couple of years. So when she don't have that energy there, or even Michael, is totally boring her scenes. Lastly, Giselle, I do believe that the management or the network or whoever definitely talked to her very sternly because how many seasons whenever they finish a reunion, she's angry. She's always angry after the reunions. And when the ladies come back to the first episode, they're like, "Oh, hey Giselle, how you doing?" She says, "No, I don't want to talk to you. You got to kiss the ring." She did now this time she inviting Wendy there, which she should have, and she's saying that she want to have a lunch and brunch. She should have did this years ago. She definitely was talked to, and I didn't buy it. I definitely didn't buy it, and maybe that's why people, the fans have been a little angry with Wendy, which I love. I love her, but yeah, I don't buy Giselle changing to her core. I think that she did it for money.
Absolutely. She got that second seat and she went ahead and changed her mind about a whole lot of shit. Mel, thank you so much for all of your
You
support. Did
welcome,
you have
honey.
anything else you wanted to add?
That's all.
Thank you, Mel.
Thank you,
Well,
Miss
we
Tori.
appreciate you, Mel. Thank you for calling in. Mel is a day one, baby, down in No Chaser TV and over to the lean. He's a YouTube legend. Come on up here to BCO and give your thoughts so we can go to hell home. Because you want to come into work when you feel like it. You weren't even going to come in. So should we let him up?
Oh,
I don't know. But could y'all imagine if Ashley gets some sacred and a hot oil treatment?
I don't want to talk about it. Demetria, you
my
got
hair
anything you want to
always
say?
dried off.
Dry like the Sahara.
Demetrio,
Hey, first of all, I
you
was
want to have
gonna
anything? You have anything
come.
you want to say? I added you. So, did you have anything you want to say, or do you want to go ahead and bow on out for the evening?
I do. I do want to say that I do like. I guess how the new season is going. It's fresh faces. I do agree with y'all how Bravo did that girl in that in the pictures. That was wrong. But that's neither here nor there. I do like the new girl. Her energy is really good, so I'm looking forward to seeing Stacey and how she intermingles with the girls. It looks like she's very open and honest from what I've seen so far, because she didn't hesitate to go on and clear Karen real quick. She said, "You clocked my tea, I'm gonna clock yours right back, honey," and I live for that. Definitely. Mia, it's just like Mia lost so much. Sometimes it'd be so hard to feel bad for her because they were really telling the truth, and it's just like whether it was said just the three of them or in front of folks, it still mean the same thing, and she still was wrong, and they were right. Maybe it could have been a different time to say something like that, but I mean, they thought they was finna get on Karen, and Karen flipped that shit right on back on her.
They definitely
And Mia
did.
couldn't handle it. And it just shows that she really not up for trying to be queen, be like she thinks she really want to be.
Mm.
And Karen do need to have accountability. Absolutely. Because trying to say, like, justice will prevail, it's just like, Karen, you are delusional.
Justice
Dang, I
will
should have one,
prevail.
two,
Team
three.
Karen. All right,
Like,
Demetrio. You have
God,
anything else you want to add?
no.
All right. Well, thank you for coming into work today. I appreciate it. I'm gonna go ahead
I
and
got
review
off
your
work
half
late.
day
I'm
request. See if you
sorry.
put it in. No, you're all right. I'm just see if you put in your half day request, and we'll approve it. And thank you so much for still coming on in and doing what you did. We appreciate you. Thank you.
All right. Good night, y'all.
Okay. Good night,
Okay.
Bookie Dude. That's our production assistant,
Who?
Delicia. He come in when he want to come. He take a smoke break when he want to take it, but I'm glad to have him.
Where'd
Hallelujah.
Tori go?
Oh, did I let Tori go?
Whoop.
Let me see. Oh, wait.
Dang, it's a
Tori,
regime
what
change.
happened?
He was you.
What did
I
I
thought it
do?
was you, but I didn't want to say nothing.
No, I don't know who it was. I don't know if it was him or
Did you
Demetrius.
get kicked out or what?
No, I was pulled off the stage.
Oh, it might have been me on accident.
It's
Sorry.
that first lady hat, Lady May.
With that
That's
being
Beulah.
said, I did want to go ahead and say, because I didn't really get a chance to get in on that. They're absolutely right. Mia did not put her children first. She put her paycheck first. So while on the outside, it does not look like she put her children first in the way of protecting her children, I think that this is it's a business move. And hopefully her children will be able to understand it. But she is definitely going to have to deal with the ramifications of her children finding about this sooner or later and resenting her sooner or later or for the rest of their life. I do think that it was all done in an attempt to keep a paycheck coming. Um, and if you look across the board, Mia will fight with anybody. You know what I mean? But how else do you keep yourself relevant in this platform? You also have to have something going on as well. And no matter whether we like it or not, we think it's disgusting, we think it's trash. She shook that fucking table and made that season finale and that reunion. There's no ifs, ands, or biggity butts about it. That's some Moeshaism. Y'all know y'all Moesha, you know where I got from. But anyways, she definitely came in and did what needed to be done, and this is the culmination of that. I did not expect it to be so heavy, Jeremiah, in the paternity test. They could have said, well, we need to take a paternity test and not say which child, or, they could have did something else other than what she did, but it's Mia, and Mia kind of just lives in the moment, and she'll deal with the consequences later. But I do want Mia to understand there will be consequences later because the children are old enough to know at this point, or will be old enough to know soon. And somebody might be at school like, you, Jeremiah,
Yep, they're
your
gonna
mom
tell.
Mia. You get what I'm saying? It's either going to hit now or later on down the road when they say, oh, Mom, you were on TV. And then they go back and watch it. And it's like, what the fuck? You know what I mean? So I
She
don't
could have just
know.
gave us ink and G in the throat.
Listen, this is Jeremiah is a handsome boy, so that tells you who his father is. Like, let's just end this. He don't look like that little gnome.
I was gonna say, well, who would he look like if that's the case?
Gordon, no, because I can believe that Gordon was probably handsome back in his younger years, but that boy does not look like ink. No one would want to look like ink.
Okay, all right. With that being said, I want to thank y'all for tuning in. I actually found the episode to be refreshing. I found it to be a hearkening to the old Potomac. I think Vivian is in Kiana's seat, so I'm ready for her to move out the way. And I am intrigued to see what else happens this season of Potomac. And Tori B, you actually had a good point this time for once.
Ooh.
Potomac. Well, on Potomac, no, she made a good point, but I don't agree with her normally when it comes to Potomac. But I do agree when she said that, I don't know who it was, I apologize. Someone said that Mia want to be the top dog, but as soon as you get the heat, she gets to crying and running out. So,
I think that was Jay.
oops. Well, I don't never really agree with neither one of y'all. So there it is.
I mean, you're frequently on the wrong side of history, but I love you.
Chat through the group chat. The people say I always be on the right side. People say I always be right. Anyway, I do agree that, if you're going to be the queen bee, she should have sat right back and said, well, if that's the case, bitch, at least I could drive my kid to and fro, helpful, or something. She should have fought back. I was like, Jazelle, I know you're not talking. Or something.
I'm going to say this.
At least my children like me. Oh, that was a little mean, even for me. Okay, you gonna say
this is where you miss Candace, because she would have had the shade, the tea, the smart comebacks or something. I mean, she wouldn't have came for Karen, but you get what I'm saying. In that moment, you're gonna miss her when the shade is there. All right.
But what I will say is,
like her. Nobody.
What I will say is, I hate, before you go, and then we're gonna get off. I do hate when the housewives get pregnant and we don't get to see their pregnancy journey. I hated it when it happened to Kenya, and I do hate that when the majority of their personal storyline has been wanting to be pregnant and wanting to carry a child, and then we don't get to see it. I don't like that. So, but go ahead, Jay.
But pregnancy is kind of, I mean, I don't know. Maybe I just think about how dry Eva was during her pregnancy
Well, I
season.
wasn't emotionally invested because every time she turned around, she was pregnant. But someone like Kenya, whose storyline for years had been wanting to have her own child, and someone like Candace, who we've seen take the shots and stuff like that on camera and do all of that, I was kind of invested in seeing how that went down for her. So,
Were you invested when Candy had Ace? Because I don't know how.
yeah,
I mean, I was happy she was pregnant, but that
I
was
was happy for her. I was. Because the storyline when we met Candy was, well, we met Candy with AJ. AJ, tragically was killed. She was searching for love and all that stuff. She met a man. She wanted to have another child, and her and Kim was supposed to be besties at the time and have children together at the same time and all that stuff. So I kind of was invested, and I was happy for her and them. I was. All right. With that being said, thank you guys for tuning in. I thought the episode was all right. Hopefully, we'll get more this season, and it won't continue to be like this. But we'll be here with these two loose cannons who don't know what to say at their mouth. I want to thank you so much for tuning in, and we'll be back on Twitter next week. Thank you guys for tuning in on YouTube. Y'all have a good night. Y'all be easy. Thank you, Demetrio. Thank you, Tori B. And thank you, Jay.